Hi, my name is Rick Zamora. I'm the National Clinical Trainer for BSN Medical in the Wound Vascular Division. Today we're going to talk about the contents and our kit of the Offloader Select. You'll find instructions, a Terrynet stockinette, a cavity foam, a perforated black foam, self-adhesive spine foam, 2 malar pads, toe pads, 3 rolls of 3-inch conformable, 2 rolls of 4-inch conformable, 2 rolls of Specialist 100, 2 other products that are not listed into the kit that you may want to familiarize yourself with this Cutimed Siltec Soreback. I really like this low profile dressing. And if you have a patient that has a lot of tinea, you can use the ribbon to weave that in between the toes. So these are the contents of the kit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to apply it. So now that you familiarized yourself with the kit, we want to go ahead and start our application. The first thing we want to do is dress the wound. I like a low profile dressing, and this is why I like the Siltec Soreback. The Soreback dressing, I'll apply that right over the DFU. The second thing we would like to do is I like to take the cotton spacers, the toe spacers, put those in between the toe. The purpose of the toe spacers is to reduce the risk of maceration. I like to take the Terrynet stockinette and I like to roll it up into a donut, just like this. Then I would like to apply it right to the foot, leaving a little bit of a tail right here. And I want to roll this all the way up his leg. Just like this. Okay. As I roll this up here, the number one rule that you need to understand is it has to be at 90 degrees for it to function. I leave this tail right here. This is wrinkle free. And I just let that fold over. I am not going to pull it. I'm just going to let it fall. Okay? Then I'm going to take this adhesive foam, find my landmark of the tibial crest and the fibular notch. I'm going to go ahead and peel this away, place that on my marker, and run it right down the tibial spine, just like this, till I come to about here. What I want to do is I want to cut this right here, with the paper still attached. Then I'm going to just drop that down there and then tack down that fold right there. Then I want to lay this here, again, maintaining 90 degrees, and I rub that down nice and smooth, wrinkle-free. Next, I will take a Malay pad, the Malay pad, which I'm going to adhere. Do not overlap it, just attach it right to the bony prominent. Take the medial one and place it the same, not overlapping onto the other foam. Then I'm going to take the black perforated foam. This black perforated foam is going to be for the toe box, the padding of the toe box. Put it just like this. Put it down. Pinch the sides here. And if you can see the perforations or this line that's created when I pinch the sides down, and it kind of gives you a little template to cut from. One of the most important parts now is when I cut, I want to cut away from the patient in case they have any splayed toe, that I won't nick him. If you have any patients that have any neuropathy, they won't feel that. So that's important. And that's the toe box right there. Now this is our Specialist 100. Our Specialist 100 is a low loft cotton, and at the same time, it's designed that if I try to pull it too much, it will just tear away. And that means I won't get any over compression. I like to cover the black foam, so I like to roll this on. Now, you want to have the barrel up. This is the barrel, this is up. And I want to roll this 50% overlap and just take it away. You want it to be intimate contact with the skin, so less padding is more. From here, I like to take 2 little horseshoes. You'll see how that lays down. and then I'll do 2 stirrups. And then I'll do that again. Again, I'll just rub that nice and flush to the body. And if I see something that I don't like, I can just pluck that away. Okay? Now I'll take this little bit of a roll and I'll just kind of latch that down with 1 pass. And I'm going to leave this aside. I'm going to take the second roll, and what I like to do is, instead of trying to roll it up, I like to patch it up. So I'll just go half over the half, and you'll see how nice it lays down. And then I'll wrap around the top, and I'll go around that twice. I'm trying to give it some tension as I go, but again, if I give too much tension, it's just going to tear itself. And then I'm going to feel this here and rub that down nice and smooth. Now if I feel anything here that I don't like, I just simply pluck that out and rub that down so it's nice and smooth. Again, what I'm trying to have is a minimally padded, intimate contact with the skin. Okay? And that's the prep work for the cast. Okay, we apply our gloves. And I'm going to start with a 3-inch roll. The 3-inch roll of the conformable tape, and what I want to show you is how it starts to become different than any other product. No other cast tape on the market at this time has that stretch property to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it also stretches this way. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in the water. I'm going to wrap around here, maintaining 90 degrees, and you're going to see how well it conforms around the foot. Again, I have the barrel on top, and I can give it slight tension as I roll, 50% overlap, going distal to proximal. Now here I am not going to figure 8. I'm just going to go right over the ankle. So the next roll we're going to start with is the 4-inch roll. The 4-inch roll, I'm going to put that in the water. Again, I'm going to start at the base of the metatarsal, barrel on top, 50% overlap. Again, no figure 8. I'm going right over that ankle, and I'm going to come 50%, over 50%, going distal to proximal, working my way up the leg, and I'm going to finish right there because that's all there is on him. The third roll I'm going to use is another 4-inch roll. Again, wet that. Except this one we're going to start proximal and going distal, 50% overlay. Leave a little bit of a gap right here for a cushion. And again, no figure 8 around the ankle. I'm just going to go right around the ankle, and you'll see how conforming that tape is. Now, when I start to laminate the cast, I'm going to take my board, I'm going to put the board here to try to create that flat surface. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, I'm going to laminate and mold. The molding is key behind the malleoli to the gastroc insertion. That's just below the calf. The more I laminate this, the stronger the cast will become and the smoother it will become. After I've laminated the cast, I can remove the board, and in that first roll of Specialist 100, this is my leftover. I want to just take a piece of this, like this. I'll take it in half. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to wrap it around the edge. And then fold this down. And what I've done is I've created a very nice pillow around the edge so that I know there's not going to be a sharp edge. There's my flat surface, my 90 degrees. So now that I've got this all set, I'm going to take my Sharpie, I'm going to mark some weight distribution. 54% of his weight is going to be distributed from the heel to the top of this calf. And then 31% between here and here. 10% is at the midfoot, right around here, and 5% is here. So if your patient weighed 240 pounds, 5% of 240 is 12. That's how the offloading is redistributed, by pushing it into the cone of the cast. So now that we've finished the cast, we've got our markings on there. I'm going to put them in a cast shoe. The cast shoe is a very inexpensive product that's half the price of a post-op shoe. So you'll see how easy it is to apply. Very low profile. It's time for the patient to stand up. And you'll notice how balanced he is. Let's have him face the camera, and you'll see that his hips are level, his shoulders are level. I think those are clinical advantages of how contoured it is to the other leg. You'll see the height of the product and the weight of the product. Let's have you go ahead and take a walk. The cure time is about 15 minutes and totally rigid and dry in 25 minutes. Some other competitors can take up to 24 hours to dry. Therefore, patients are mobile faster with the Cutimed Offloader Select. And now that the patient is returned to the clinic for the cast removal, this is how we're going to do it. Remember, we did not incorporate this flap into the cast. So when they return, I just lift up, remove that cast padding, and now I'll start to remove. Now remember that the cast saw is not rotating, it is oscillating. So if I keep the blade in a certain spot, it will get hot and create enough friction it could potentially burn that patient. So I like to use my finger as a lever. I take it in and get it out as fast as I can, okay? So now that we've made our cuts along the sides and on the foot, the cast should just come right off just like this. The bottom piece should come off as well. So when I put them together, you will feel that this is a rigid, intimate contact to the skin cast. True total contact cast. Force patient compliance. It's customizable, lightweight. Cutimed Offloader Select from BSM Medical. Thank you.